I ask unanimous consent that the Senate proceed to the immediate consideration of H-Con Res 24, expressing the sense of Congress that the report of the Special Counsel Mueller should be made available to the public and the Congress, and which is at the desk. Further, that the concurrent resolution be agreed to, the preamble be agreed to, and the motions to reconsider be considered, made, and laid upon the table with no intervening action or debate.
Is there objection?
Madam President, reserving the right to object, as I mentioned yesterday when a similar unanimous consent proposal was propounded, I've consistently supported the proposition that the special counsel should be allowed to complete his work without interference. And I've consistently supported the proposition that his report ought to be released to the greatest extent possible, consistent with the law. The need to protect sources and methods, and the need to preserve the integrity of ongoing investigations, including investigations that the special counsel has referred to others. The Attorney General has committed to as much transparency as possible in the release of the report, and he's working with the special counsel toward that end. I think we should be consistent in letting the special counsel actually finish his work, and not just when we think it may be politically advantageous to one side or the other for him to do so. Therefore, Madam President, I object.
Objection is heard.
Madam President,
Senator from California.
if I may make remarks as if on morning business.
Without objection.
Thank you very much. Last Friday, Special Counsel Mueller submitted his report to Attorney General Barr. On Sunday, the Attorney General provided a 4-page summary of that report to Congress and the American people. Unfortunately, the Attorney General's summary tells us little about what Special Counsel Mueller actually found. In fact, according to the summary, Mueller's office spent 2 years investigating with a team of 19 lawyers and 40 FBI agents and other professional staff. The special counsel issued more than 2,800 subpoenas, executed nearly 500 search warrants, obtained more than 230 orders for communication records, issued almost 50 orders authorizing the use of pen registers, made 13 requests to foreign governments for evidence, and interviewed approximately 500 witnesses. That is quite a record. The fact is that a 4-page summary cannot possibly illuminate what this thorough of an investigation uncovered. I find it so disappointing that so many are rushing to judgment without being able to see the full report or all of the underlying facts. This report should be made public, as has been, I think, well stated. Not only is the official government interested, but the American public is interested in our findings as well. We know that the Russian government interfered with the U.S. election. That's been reported by the intelligence community. I sit on that committee, and it's been reaffirmed by the special counsel's investigation. We also know from court filings, documents, and press reports that the president and at least 17 people associated with his campaign had more than 100 contacts with Russia or Russia's intermediaries. However, Attorney General Barr's summary provides no information about any of these contacts or multiple offers from Russian-affiliated individuals to assist the campaign. And that's a quote, multiple offers from Russian-affiliated individuals to assist the campaign, referenced in the Attorney General's summary. Congress must determine the risks to national security, whether there was in fact misconduct, whether existing laws are sufficient to deter and punish election interference, and what next steps are appropriate. The American people also have a right to the truth about what happened in the 2016 election and to judge the facts for themselves. Special Counsel Mueller also did not draw a conclusion one way or the other as to whether the president committed a crime through his efforts to obstruct the investigation. Instead, Mr. Mueller wrote, and I quote, "While this report does not conclude that the president committed a crime, it also does not exonerate him," end quote. Since Counsel Mueller elected to describe the facts but did not decide whether to charge the president with a crime, we don't know why he made this decision. But clearly, we do need to see the facts for ourselves to be able to make a decision about how to proceed if, in fact, that decision is necessary. While the Attorney General concluded there was no crime of obstruction committed, we knew that was his conclusion 9 months ago when he wrote a 10-page memo explaining why the president can't be charged with obstruction of justice. Special Counsel Mueller found that there is, quote, "evidence on both sides of this question," end quote. Congress and the American people should be able to see what evidence makes a determination, including what the appropriate next steps are, if any. I am very disappointed that some Republicans are saying that Democrats need to move on before we even see the report or underlying evidence. Many of these Republicans called for 8 congressional investigations into the Benghazi attack, demanded and received 880,000 pages of documents related to the Clinton email investigation. We have already obtained documents related to Mueller's investigation, including classified FISA court applications. Of course, an unwarranted foot-dragging is really not good and really bad for this country. And I had thought we were past that with the prior events where we did take action. We were able to see both sides. However, after 37 indictments, 6 of whom were indicted Trump advisors, as well as 7 guilty pleas, surely spending more than a week on understanding what happened and asking for the full report is warranted. How can we have 37 indictments, 6 Trump advisors, as well as guilty pleas, without being able to understand what actually happened and not be afforded the material to gain that understanding? I hope this can be a bipartisan effort to ensure the full record is produced and the facts are uncovered. It is really puzzling to me why the Republican side would not want to do this. Do they presume guilt on their side, and therefore they want to hide it from the public? If you don't, why wouldn't you want whatever the true facts are to come out? The American people deserve no less. On March 14th, the House of Representatives passed a resolution calling for Special Counsel Mueller's report to be made public. The vote was unanimous, 420 to 0. 420 to 0. Both sides of the House of Representatives said that this should happen. Senator Schumer, our minority leader, has now twice sought unanimous consent for the Senate to consider that resolution. These requests have been blocked by Republicans. I don't understand that. If the House can consider this, why can't we look at what the House has done? This, to my knowledge, in the quarter of a century that I have been in this body, has never happened before, where the Senate has actually refused to look at information. So I would very much hope that there could be a change of mind and allow the United States Senate to do its due diligence in this matter. Hiding the information will not solve the problem.